Hello everybody and welcome to Season 4 of the F1 2016 live career mode being streamed right now on YouTube. We are here for the first round in our brand new team, our independent team of myself owning a team for a change. It's something different, it's a big challenge. I'm looking forward to doing this, but as you can see, Little More GP is born and replacing Sauber for Season 4 onwards, and I just want to give a massive shout out to the modder who created this mod for me, and it is Arvamite 00, and I haven't put a link in the description just yet. I know if anyone's watching this live, but I will be putting it in the description at the end of the stream and also in the comments as well on a pin, so if you want to check it out and use it for your own races and have a go of it. And if you want to give us feedback as well, that would be appreciated as we can improve it and make it better than before. But I will leave a link to the mod in the description after the stream and in the comments as well, so you guys can go and check it out on there. But Arvamite, I want to just give a massive thank you, mate, for creating this mod, because it looks absolutely brilliant so far and everything. But anyway, we are here for the race now. If you missed the qualifying stream, apparently we hit 100 likes, which is a first actually for a while in our qualifying stream, so thank you very much, guys, for that. On there, we qualified 17th, and I was actually quite happy with that, as you guys may be aware if you were there earlier. But for the first time, let's hear what Emma has to say for our race expectations, and then we're going to go to the track. Let's see what she has to say.
Hello, I just wanted to pass on the team's expectations for this race. Good luck.
So we got to finish 19th or higher and beat Marcus Ericsson and stay 18th in the championship. That could be reasonable, but we'll see how we get on there. So, as you can see, it just looks brilliant. I just love this mod so much. Just want to quickly go, guys. As you guys remember, with our upgrades that we've had, I try to get as close as possible because I had to do a new career for this to work, to get into the Sauber. So, it's the closest I could get. So, we are still second bottom, as it was from Season 3 with Sauber on there. But Renault are now the worst team in the field. Mercedes are back on top with Red Bull and Ferrari, the typical three. But the surprise is Force India, who are P4, and Toro Rosso, who are dominant in seasons 1 to 3, are now in the mid-pack, obviously. So it's a bit annoying, but it's the best I could do, and I apologise if anyone is a bit disappointed to see Toro Rosso not at the top anymore on there. But without further ado, guys, it is time for the first round of Season 4 in our team, and we're going to try and go, guys, for 250 likes on this first video, because if we do that, our first upgrade challenge will be completed. As you guys know, I did mention that in the announcement video for Season 4 yesterday. So if you want us to get an upgrade, guys, for the end of the race, you know what to do on there. So without further ado, let's go to the track for the Australian Grand Prix, and it's the debut of Little More GP.
They say that even a second is an eternity in Formula One, so going 4 winter months with no racing at all has seemed a very long time indeed. We're back though in Melbourne, home of the Australian Grand Prix since 1996. We go racing today then in the state of Victoria, where the drivers have 16 corners and 3.3 miles to navigate at an average lap speed of around 120 miles an hour. The close proximity of the barriers makes accidents inevitable, and recent history shows us that a safety car is not at all out of the question. So as we look ahead to what I hope will be a very entertaining race, I have to ask Anthony Davidson what you expect to see in terms of strategy today. I mean, do you expect a lot of tyre management, a lot of fuel management?
Well, don't we always? I don't expect these are going to be any more important than usual, if I'm honest. What I do expect, however, are a lot of drivers getting into the pits early for some kind of undercut on fresh rubber. If you can pit before the person in front, have a good stop and drive a blistering outlap, there may be 1 or 2 seconds to be gained. If anyone gets stuck behind another car, for example, that will be the go-to strategy, surely.
Excellent job yesterday. We qualified above expectations. Let's go out there and put in a performance.
So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's qualifying session with a look at the starting grid. Nico Rosberg will start his silver arrow from pole position, and P2 goes to Daniel Ricciardo, a strong showing from the Australian. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Vettel, Nico Hülkenberg, and Raikkonen, Hamilton, Perez, Grosjean, and Fernando Alonso, Gutierrez, Button, Kevin Magnussen, and Bottas, Ricciardo, Massa, Sauber, and Pascal Wehrlein. Ericsson and Kvyat, Carlos Sainz, and Jolyon Palmer rounds off the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
So for the first time, we are on the grid in our new team. Now I just want to quickly put a disclaimer out there, guys. As you may have just seen, Crofty will say a Sauber driver, and the picture is me in a Sauber livery, and I can't really change that. The modder couldn't change it, so I just want to put a disclaimer. You will see that throughout the series, unfortunately. So it is a bit disappointing, but it is how it is, and we can't change the sound, so it is what it is. Anyway, we've got a two-stop strategy according to the game, which is interesting. As how does that work with the mandatory tyre? I don't know. I don't know what is going on. We could do the free stop. We could always do this one. I don't know what this strategy is. This is kind of a bizarre one. Without going on the soft tyre, I'm just blown away with what's going on. So you know what? We're gonna go with the free stop. We're gonna go with a free stop. We're just gonna just avoid the medium tyre because I don't like that tyre one little bit. No formation lap, and I have updated, by the way, if you've noticed on the right hand side of the screen, the Williams has been updated, but Season 4 is go, and it's a great start there. But I've updated the Williams to have the red on the car, so that's quite a nice thing, a nice little touch there. But we're taking it nice and easy into turn 1. Hopefully no contact with anyone. Everyone's got through scot-free for a change, which is quite nice. But we lose a position to Pascal Wehrlein, unfortunately, and also maybe Kvyat. Just have a little bit of a lock up there. Have to try and hold off Kvyat into the next corner, and we do that perfectly there. So good start from us. Just trying to get through the pack here and be very cautious. We have got simulation damage on after sticking it on after or during Mexico, so I've got to be very careful here. So we go down the inside of Pascal Wehrlein as he was held up in the train. But we'll see how the strategy goes, and we could even go on to the mediums at some point, but we'll wait and see how we go on. But for this first race, it's just about getting a feel for the car and race pace. I haven't done any race pace testing, so this is going to be quite interesting how we get on there. But our goal is 19th in the race, so we're 2 positions above where we are, but we are basically where we started in this race. But strategy could play a factor here, and see what Haas did in the real life Australian Grand Prix when they first started and scored 5th place, I think it was. So we'll see how we're going. Rosberg leads the way. But we'll see how we go. Williams, the surprise really of the field so far, being so down, but we'll see how they get on here. But long way to go though, 29 laps. Nearly got a move there on Bottas, but again, need to think about simulation damage. I need to be less aggressive, as I have been, in case of losing a front wing or actually retiring from the race, which we do not want. Here, as we've got Wehrlein on our backs, so we need to be thinking about him. But we have got a fresh set of the soft tyre, super soft tyre on at the minute, so... Oh, nearly at the back of Bottas there, didn't want to do that. But it's good to be racing against these guys. It should be quite nice to race with the midfield for a change. Oh my god, there's been contact. Massa and Ricciardo there had to back out of that and nearly into the back of Bottas, but we're going to get a nice run here, and he's chopped us off there as Bottas, and I've got to keep an eye on the pack behind as well in case of contact. Ericsson, our teammate's up to 18th now, so Sauber moving up, and he's been overtaken by... Oh no, he hasn't. Switching positions right now. As Ricciardo now the fastest man on the track in the 129s. So far we're just playing it cool. Just need to play Play. Cool. I am going to try and do that pace safe thing because it is an option on Twitch alerts. So yes, the answer to that question is yes. But DRS has now been enabled. We won't get it till the end of this lap on Bottas, but you can see the Renaults are pulling away now as Ricciardo is leading this pack. So as long as I'll be happy with like 15th or something or higher would be quite an achievement for the team and something we can work on here. Bottas had a poor exit. Oh, Niddy went into the back of him there. But we need to get past Bottas because he's on the slower tyre. So I think it's now time to get a move on. Oh my lord, that was close. Holy mother of God, that would have been game over. Oh, Ericsson's right behind us now. The little more GP cars are right next to each other, which is quite nice, but Bottas there, what was he doing there? He took us out in Season 1, if you guys remember, at Mexico, which feels a long time ago now actually. It's weird thinking about that. But I am playing this very conservatively right now, so we're going to use DRS and we get past Bottas and we move up to P16, so at least we've got him out of the way. And here comes Ericsson as well. And did we get past? Does he get past? Yes, he does. So both Sauber. I keep thinking it's Sauber, but it's obviously our new team. I've moved up the field, but just no downforce on this car. Tyre wear looks okay at the minute. I am going to try and do a two-stop if I can with the soft tyres and do 2 softs and a super soft, so I don't have to use the medium tyres. So that's my aim right there, so I don't have to do a free stop. I can do a 2-stop here. I don't know what you guys think, if I should stick with the free stop or do the 2 soft stints coming up. But the straight line speed of this little more GP car is pretty good with the Ferrari engine that we've got from Sauber when they went, so it was quite a nice negotiation deal I did with them. Obviously this is all, you know, not real, of course. You guys know I would never just go to Ferrari and be like, oh, can I have a Ferrari engine please? But we've got to get past Massa as well, he's on the softs as well. And the Williams is really bad in a straight line, I've got to say. I'm very surprised at Williams this season. As now we've got Ricciardo, who's been held up by a Haas, and I think that's a McLaren as well leading this train, so that's going to help us. That's for 11th place, which is interesting.
Okay, at this rate we'll finish with a little extra fuel, so you have some in hand to run a faster engine mode for a bit.
Right, cheers Jeff. So Button's leading this train and he's on the soft, so this is going to help us. But my aim is to get to around about lap 9 if I can. Lap 9, lap 10 on these, and then we can go into the softs to the end of the race. 2 soft stints. So I've just got to back off here because of this train. But it is nice to see a bit of red on the Williams now, which is lovely. But a bit of dirty air there from Ricciardo, not going to help us. Just got to back out of it really and just hold station until the time's right. See what the man has got in pace in a straight line. Obviously he's going to have DRS as well. Just have to brake a little bit earlier so avoid contact. And we're not going to lunge it. We are going to play this very conservatively, considering we've got our own team now. The bills for repairs is going to be interesting. It's going to cost a bit, so I'm going to have to play it safe. But it is bringing my teammate back into contention here. So we're only getting 2 positions actually in this race, which is quite is not as big as we did last season when we won the first 5 races, the first 4 races, and was on like an 8-win streak from the end of season 2. So this is kind of a bit of a weird situation I'm in right now. So we'll see how we get on there.
You need to pit in this lap.
And apparently I've been given the call to pit this lap, but we're not pitting. We're carrying on. We're going to carry on right now. We're going to carry on for a few more laps here. We may be done by the undercut, but we'll see how we get on. There's a few people in the pits already. Just hope Red Bull this season can defend the title, as Hulkenberg is leading the way in this race. So the Force India is looking pretty strong this season, as I've mentioned. So low 31s is very good times for me. Even though it's like 2 seconds off the pace of Rosberg, I'll take it very nicely. So we're into the points, into P9, but people have obviously made their first pit stops. How's tyre wear looking? Ooh, tyre wear's looking a little bit iffy, but not that bad. So really, we've just been held up here by Haryanto, Magnussen, and Button and the Haas car of Gutierrez, as Massa's coming back at us now in that Williams car. So we're going to get the softs ready actually. Just trying to hold on here. See how we get on. Oh, back end there. We'll go one more lap and then we'll box. We'll go to lap 8. I think 8's a reasonable number, if I'm honest. Hamilton leads now, as a few people are in the pits, so we're just going to absolutely floor it now. Now is the time to push and try and get a massive jump on those guys. Someone's retired from the race, I've just noticed, and Lewis Hamilton, the first name out of this season, so that's a big name.
Hamilton's just made a move for first.
And he just made a move for the lead actually. Here comes Massa actually,
Ahead of you, there's a yellow flag ahead.
who nearly just took out Massa as well with his car being parked there. But no safety car, which is quite a surprise. I'm very surprised the stewards haven't brought that out, so... oh well, we'll just have to get on with it.
The gap to the car ahead is 2.2 seconds.
Oh, over the curb there, that's not going to help us. But the reason why I've gone down to a smaller team and a slower team this season is just for excitement and to continue on. Here comes Massa with a beautiful run. Oh, and just pushes us to the wall, and we just get a scrape there. But Massa, what are Williams doing? They're so aggressive today, aren't they? First Bottas, now Massa. I was going to let him through, considering he is on fresher tyres than us, but that was very naughty, as we got Rosberg on our trumpets now. As we're going to box this time now onto the soft tyres. So it's our first pit stop then.
Marcus is in the pits. Marcus.
So we're going to go in. So we'll put the soft tyres on.
Go, go, go.
So we're going to come out in 15th, I think.
Once now. Once.
So there's Magnussen. So we haven't really gained anything from that. And I think Sauber did a double shuffle there because Ericsson's in the pits. But we've come out in 16th, so we haven't really gained anything from that. Haryanto's back out on the super softs. And I think the soft tyre is mandatory, I think, Reese. So that's what the game said. The soft tyre was mandatory. There was 2 softs highlighted, so if we can go along on these tyres to around about lap 18, then that is quite encouraging for us, even though the game's telling me to go on the mediums. So we've got some cold tyres on us now, so we'll see how we get on. I said I need to stop saying Sauber, it's just annoying. Yes, I know it's not Sauber. You need to keep telling me, guys, in the chat that this is. You need to keep saying the team. So I want you guys to absolutely spam the chat with support for the team for Little More GP. So everyone right now, spam your chat and cheer me on right now, as we're going to hunt down the Lord and Saviour, Ricciardo. So it'll be interesting to see where Massa comes out in all this. Lap 20 for Super Softs. That's a good point, actually. Could go on Super Softs. Because in the league, because I remember in the AOR, someone did a Super Soft, Super Soft. So it is possible to do that strategy. Back end slides out. As we are going to catch up here to Haryanto, who is on the Super Soft tyre, surprisingly. So he might be on used Super Softs, but we'll see how we get on. So we've got Pascal Verline ahead of us, so we've got a nice gap behind now to Marcus Ericsson, so play it nice and easy there. Got to be careful of the corner cuts, obviously, because this track is renowned for corner cutting. As you guys remember, if you've been a long subscriber of mine, you know where I'm going with that. Button leads the way. And a little bit wide out of the last corner. We are running out of fuel, so we're going to have to put it to standard now, as we're going to go on to lap 11. So just got to get these tyres up to temperature, and then we can really push on them. Obviously, Haryanto is on those Super Softs, so he will be quicker than us at this point. A little bit over the curb there, but their tyres will start to go off very soon, so I can just hold it here, hold station, and just hold on really. That's all I've got to do. If I can just maintain the position to these cars in front, then when they make their extra pit stop, they are going to be quicker than us at the end of the race, of course, but that's the main factor in all of this. But I have to say, I'm very impressed with our pace, even though the battling's helping us, and obviously Hamilton's out of the race, which helps us gain in position. But look at the battle up ahead. That's not going to help them. It's going to help me get DRS now. As Gutierrez and Haryanto are going side by side. So we're going to take the move now, get past the Lord. He's still side by side with us. Oh, Haryanto. Didn't make it easy there, mate. Here he comes again. We give him space. Try and hook it round the outside. Still side by side with him. Ah, look at, it's just too quick in the straight line. That manner is too quick. Gonna try and go around the outside of him again. Round 2 begins and we get it done. Easier. So we've got to be careful of that manner this season, because it looks pretty strong in a straight line, but the downforce is its disadvantage. So something we need to think about there. Gutierrez is on the softs with me, so he might be doing the same strategy as us. But some good battling there with Haryanto, I have to say. he comes again. He's coming back at us. Just getting a bit of oversteer. And we've got some more traffic there. Is that a Ferrari in 13th place? It is indeed. That's a surprise. Someone's in the pits. I think it's Grosjean. It's Kvyat actually.
Okay, some information on Rosberg. They're slowing down. It seems like there's
What is going on with Mercedes today? First Hamilton going out of the race, and now Rosberg's got issues. So it looks like Mercedes are going to be on the downfall this season. And here comes Ricciardo coming back at us. And Button and Magnussen having a squabble. This is actually helping us here. We could score a point here, guys. A point is on the cards, but I highly doubt it, as obviously people have made their first pit stops.
Okay, some information on Rosberg. They have an issue with their car. They're going to be slow.
A little bit wide. So everyone's having issues, so 2 people have retired from the race, I've just noticed. I don't know who the other one was apart from Hamilton. But we will have to start saving some fuel now. Just so, because I'm thinking about my tyres here. And here comes Ricciardo again.
The car behind has boxed for the mediums. Car behind on the medium
A massive pit for mediums, surprisingly. So Ricciardo's got past again, but this Ferrari is leading the train of cars, and it could help us here. But that Manor looks pretty good. Oh, bit of a lock up there at turn 1. Remember guys, 250 likes is the target if you want to see an upgrade on the car. Is our like challenge for today. So if you want to hit that, guys, that would be quite sick if we could do it, but it's down to you if you want to see this car moving up the field. But I have to say, 11th place isn't that bad, but obviously, as I've mentioned, Massa and Co have pitted already, so
You're much faster than the car ahead through sector 1. Faster through sector 1.
we've got back up the standard now. I think we should be fine on that. And if we hit the goal anyway, guys, in future, once this video goes live properly, I don't think that Williams are going to do a 1-stop. I think they're going to do 2. They'll jump on the super softs at the end. I can just tell you right now, they're going to be on the super soft, like we are. But if we don't hit the target, guys, in the stream, then whenever we smash it, and I will be keeping an eye on the likes for this video, we'll stick an upgrade on, our bonus upgrade, in even if we get if we beat the objective that we're going to set for the race stream for the next round. We could have 2 upgrades that we can use if we want to, of course.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the mediums.
So we're up to 7th place. Massa's coming at us though at some quick pace on those medium tyres, so maybe the mediums are the best tyre to be on at the minute. But we'll wait and see. Oh, running a little bit wide. The tyres are going off actually, the softs are going very quickly. So I might have to go on the mediums actually, you know, guys. The softs are going very quickly at a rapid pace. They're on 30% already, so I might struggle to get to like lap 18, 19. We'll see how we go though, but I'm highly doubting we can do a 2-stop. We can do a 2-stop on the mediums, but starting to struggle now on these soft tyres. We'll see how we get on. As Ricciardo's coming to the pits off those super soft tyres, he is going to most likely go on the mediums next time by.
engine is going to be down.
Oh, engine's down. So we've got Danny Rick ahead of us now, who's back at Red Bull after taking a sabbatical. Oh no, that was a bad lock up there for me. Our first bottle of the season has just happened. You guys love the bottles, so get spamming with them. Our first mistake of the season has just happened of our car, and I think definitely brakes is something we need to look into for the next episode. So we're going to bring the brake bias down a couple of clicks, just to help stop locking up on the front tyres and just get more of it back to the rear. We'll try and get to 18 laps and go on to the softs to the end of the race, but that's a bit of a moment there.
If the situation changes, we'll let you know.
Back end still out there. But we are really struggling on these softs, I've got to say. I'm very surprised that they're really struggling. We could always park the bus here and hold up Felipe Massa, but I doubt we're going to hold on for much longer right now, as Marcus Ericsson's pitted.
Teammate is 4.9 seconds. The pit window has opened.
So we've been given the call to come to the pits.
Marcus is pitting now. Marcus is in the pits.
So what tyre do you want me to go on, guys? Do you want me to go on the mediums, the soft?
We're not going to be able to run this.
But we are going to box this lap, so
We're only about to lap over target. Drop down to mix too soon.
pit on lap 19 for soft.
Okay, remember to pit this lap.
You know, we'll do one more lap. We'll do one more lap, and then we'll pit. But would it be softs or hard mediums? Let me know in the chat. I'll give you one lap to decide. Remember, guys, I'm going to add more viewer interaction with you guys, so you decide what we're going to do. Medium or soft?
The gap to the leader is 23.1 seconds.
I'm doing well to hold off Massa in a straight line, which is quite a surprise. Speaking of which, here he comes. Massive lock up there. I think the brakes need looking into for the next one, as Massa's got through and up to 6th place. So definitely something we need to look at in the next episode is the Sauber isn't good on brakes. So we'll have to look into the brake bias in the setup just to help us.
It has newer tyres, car behind on newer tyres.
A lot of you are saying soft tyres. Just got to struggle at the end though, that's the problem for us.
The gap to the car ahead is 1.2 seconds.
A lot of you are saying softs, I believe. What's Reese saying? I don't know what Reese, my little stream engineer, is telling me to do. I'm just thinking about tyre wear is the problem. If I'm struggling on softs now, and I've got to do another lap or so, ideally to do another soft run, I'm going to have to play it safe here. And Reese, I think, mentioned the mediums, so I'm going to pit mediums. So I know it's not a decision that a lot of you have said, but oh crap, I've just seen Reese's comment. Oh well, I'm just risking the fact that a puncture may happen at the end of the race, so may as well play it tactically here and just go on the mediums to the end of the race and play it safe and not worry about the puncher having... Oh, got away with that. Just been getting a little cheeky warning for the stewards, but I've got a feeling people are going to pit again, so... And that's like 20 odd seconds, so... A lot of you are going to be like, oh, why has he gone onto that tyre? But I'm doing it for the basis of not getting a puncture, so... We'll go on the mediums to the end of the race. Still committing to a 2-stop, but... It's best that I do this strategy and just play it safe. It's our first race. We want to finish instead of crashing out and getting a puncture and all that and losing it and crashing into a wall. So hope you guys understand my reasoning, but I feel it's the best decision. And even Ericsson's on the same strategy as me, so he kind of knows we are on the right call there. So I know a lot of you are going to be like, what? But I feel this is the best strategy call, really. Just seems the Sauber's quite high on tyre wear on the softs around here. So Ricciardo leads the race, I think. But on the fresh mediums we should maybe get up the field quickly, but we'll see how we do. We're not far, Ericsson's not far behind me, but we've got the two Toro Rossos now, line astern. Oh well. My mind changes that quickly with strategy. You've got to think about the numbers and think about what other drivers are doing and their strategies. I just feel that I didn't want to get a puncture. That's all I was thinking in my head. Of all the times we were leading a race in the Red Bull or the Toro Rosso and we got a puncture, and we came close to some punctures in some of the races we did last season as well. The goal is to finish this race wherever we are, and it'll be an achievement for this team to achieve that goal of finishing our first ever Grand Prix, as we're catching up actually to Sainz, Kvyat and Magnussen, but I don't think we're going to catch up to the rest of the pack, but we'll see. Saying I'm triggered, I'm not triggered, guys. I'm just saying that the softs, if I went on that tyre I would have struggled. As you well know, you saw in that stint I was struggling for the last 3 laps. Got overtaken by Massa and Harriento. So I've just had to play the tactical game and just manage these mediums to the end of the race. And speaking of which, we're now into a battle now with 3 drivers. Oh, we've got a good exit there. Here we go. Get on that rich mix, try and get past Sainz into turn 1 if we can. Oh, nearly close there, but we get it just about done, I think. Yeah, we do. So we're up to 15th now. So next up for us is Daniel Kvyat and Kevin Magnussen in the Renault. So it looks pretty close here, I've got to say, between these 3 drivers. And they're all, I think, on the medium tyre as well. So, wow, the race is going that quick. We've only got like 9 laps to go. So we're not going to make a move here. It's too risky. Oh, massive tank slapper there. Massive tank slapper. Can't make a move into the chicane, so I had to back out of it there. Especially with the dirty air with Kvyat. So I'm just going to have to ride station for the time being until the DRS. And try and make a move here. I think some people will pit next lap, I think, for the super softs if they are going to do the free stop. Some may just do 2, but we'll see what they do. So we get a good exit at the last corner. And this could be a move here, but we are running out of fuel. We could get 2 positions here if I wanted to. Oh, and Magnussen's made a mistake, and we'll go around the outside of both of them. So we're up to 13th now with Magnussen's mistake. Locking up into turn 1, we go wide as well. So now we've got to try and hold off Magnussen and Kvyat and Sainz as we've got a little bit of time to catch up to Harrianto. A lot of oversteer going through that corner. Just unsettles the car, but we're just in the fuel range now, as we're leading a train of 3 cars now. Oh, here comes Magnussen coming back at us in that Renault engine. We're back out of that. We don't want a repeat of Bottas nearly taking us out into the wall. So that Renault looks pretty good in a straight line as well. Their Renault engine looks pretty strong. Verstappen leads the way. Got to back out of that. Wait till the DRS and just pounce on Magnussen again. So, I mean, the slipstream is a bit OP on this game, as you guys may or not know. But that's a great exit again. So there should be an easy pass here, hopefully.
Okay, distance to teammate, 4.5 seconds.
And we get the move done, and we move up to P13 again. I told you this was going to be hard. Some good racing, though, in the mid-pack, I've got to say. So I'm quite happy, really, with this... my direction for this series, going down a few tiers. Very happy so far. So we've only got 7 laps to go now in our first race. And I think we're going to be on our own here for the rest of the race, catching up wise, but we may have a battle on our hands trying to fight off Kvyat now. He's got past Magnussen.
Our gap to the car in front is 6.0 seconds.
As Verstappen still leads the way for Red Bull. But so far I've got to say 13th place for the second worst team in the field. I've got to say, this is pretty impressive for me. A very good drive this is from us, even though we made a few mistakes in this one. But one thing we need to look into is the brakes for the setups. I hope you guys have got ideas for upgrades coming up, if we do get them in this episode. If not, then we'll just have to look forward to the next race. But if you've got any stipulations, guys, that you want me to stick in for us to get an upgrade, then post them in the chat at the end of the stream once this gets processed, because obviously all the chat right now, if you're watching this live, is going to get removed and you won't see it again, which is a bit of a shame, but it is what it is with YouTube streaming, but oh well. I think Harrianto did a super soft medium. That we need better AI. Low. Oh, Nick. Good to see you anyway, Nick. I know you've been in the chat for a while, but I've not been looking at chat as much, obviously for obvious reasons. As Ricciardo now sets the fastest lap on his race fuel there, so not a bad time. Massive oversteer at the last corner.
Okay, gap ahead is 5.1 seconds.
Not bad at all. We've only got 5 laps to go then in the first race of the Little More GP career mode, and 13th's not bad, eh? And Ericsson as well. Got to give props to Ericsson. I think he's in 16th or 17th. So it's not bad positions here for the team, and he's actually catching all 3 of those cars behind, so don't count out Mark Ericsson to be finishing 14th in this race. Unlucky P13, that's a good point as well. Verstappen crosses the line again, so it looks like Verstappen's going to win here. And he's going to try and get a championship under his belt after he just missed out by 2 attempts to us at Red Bull last season. And I know a lot of Verstappen fans weren't happy, but I think they will be now, especially with their man going to be winning the first race of this Season 4 career mode. So it's a shame. It's nice to see, but for Max Verstappen fans, including myself. So we've only got 4 laps to go. And the pace, I've got to say, I'm very impressed with my times. Consistent 30s I'll definitely be happy with. And we can kind of learn and develop the car in specific areas and where we need to improve on. And Ericsson's now on the back of Sainz, Kvyat, Magnussen train. Let's look at the tyres actually. So the tyres are fine, they're in the late 20s.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
So we've got coming up to 3 laps to go then. And are we catching up to Haryanto? That's the question. I think we are, but not much. So I don't think we've got time to pass him. We had a good battle with him this race. Just running a little bit too deep. So we've got a yellow flag out, so there's been contact. And who's in that, I wonder? I think it could be one of the Toro Rossos of Kvyat or Magnussen, because Ericsson's still going, but there's been a bit of an incident. I don't think the safety car will come out, but I'm just surprised still there was no safety car for Hamilton because he was here, so it's kind of weird. But I just want to say, guys, thank you guys for the support on the first video for Season 4 of the qualifying. We hit over 100 likes, which we haven't done in quite a while, so thank you so much for that. And I don't know what the goal is for the likes are for this at the minute, but I'll find that out when we cross the line, because once we cross that line, if we haven't hit the target, the challenge has been failed and we won't receive an upgrade from the board of our mysterious directors, who we don't know who it is, who's on the board. On there, so we're going to come up to 2 laps to go then, and the battle is getting spicy behind between Sainz and my teammate. I think Ericsson's, I think, ahead now. I'm pretty sure he's ahead, so he's into 15th now. A little bit too deep, so definitely tyre wear is going to be something we need to look into, I think, with this car. But anyway, 2 laps to go then. Go up to Rich. Actually, we can't go to Rich. We're still just over fuel, actually. So this is going to be quite close on fuel. But it's a bit of a big difference here, the pace of me, so in a slower car. It just makes it more fun and exciting to do. So that's why, if you guys have just joined why I'm in a slower car and in P13, then that's kind of why. And I think it was the best decision I've made. Verstappen's on the final lap then of the Australian Grand Prix, and we're only 40 odd seconds off the pace in a race run. That's not bad. It's just over about a second and a bit, so something we can look into as well for future races. But the main aim is to get Sauber into the... I just said Sauber again, for God's... Little more GP into the midfield. by mid-season would be quite good. As we're going to start the final lap then of this Australian Grand Prix, and we are really struggling for fuel here. So something that we need to look into. We might have to look at the fuel upgrades system, you know. I've got a feeling we may have to do it once we hit the goals. But anyway, on to the last lap then. And how are we doing for fuel? Okay, 0.13, I think that'll be enough for us on standard. So 2 more sectors to go then, and we will have accomplished a massive achievement of finishing our first race for Littlemore GP. It would be quite nice to get this over the line, as Max Verstappen wins the first race of the season in the Red Bull and Australia. And hype for Max Verstappen fans, your man has won and looks set to try and win his first championship in the series, as we've got 1 more sector to go. Gap's about 5.5 seconds to Carlos Sainz behind, and I don't think we're going to catch up to Harry Anto now, sadly, as we've only got a couple of corners to go then. Oh my god, that nearly ended in tears for us there, but we saved it. Got 1 more corner to go, and we will finish in a very respectable P13, and our first finish of the season for Littlemore GP. A great drive there, good battling with the mid-pack. I will take that very nicely.
Really well. Super driving.
Brilliant stuff from Red Bull today. What a superb victory. And I have to wonder, Anthony Davidson, just what set them apart from the competition here.
Well, I think the track conditions just really suited their car today. Wind, track temperature, you name it. These cars come alive when the tyres are just at the right temperature. So the more easily you can keep them there, the better your race tends to go. And that's exactly what happened. Their car just looks so comfortable out there.
And I can see now the drivers are making their way out. We need Red Bull fighting at the front. They do an incredible amount for Formula One. And that's another winner's trophy heading back to Milton Keynes.
So we got a Red Bull 1-2, and funny enough, guys, it's the same as last season. But props to Nico Hulkenberg there in P3 for Force India. Good strategy calls from them, but it's the same as usual. Red Bull still at the top of the field on there, so we'll see how we're going with that. But let's hear from Crofty and Davidson once again.
So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. Max Verstappen takes over the lead of the Drivers' Championship after that excellent result. And now I'd like to ask you, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
That's got to be the Flying Finn. Wait, how many Flying Fins have we had now? Anyway, I'm talking about Bottas this time. Just great raw speed, and a good job in traffic as well.
And here's how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Red Bull move to the top of the table. That's it for today's Grand Prix, and from Ant and I, it's goodbye, and see you again next time.
So here are the results then of round 1 of the first season in Littlemore GP. Max Verstappen wins by 6 seconds from Daniel Ricciardo, his teammate, who comes back after a year hiatus. Hulkenberg, the surprise, really in P3. Button in P4 as well on a one-stop strategy, and Bottas again, another one-stopper. There for him, as Raikkonen's in P6, the French Baguette's in 7th place, Massa in P8, Rosberg, who was on pole, drops to 9th, so he had issues, and Alonso scores the final points paying position of the season. We finish in 13th, and Ericsson in 16th, so a good start there for us at the minute, so I'm very happy about that. Our pace seems pretty good to start with, but we have got those upgrades throughout the season that we can use, so we will go and get up the field quite quickly there. And the only retirement of the races were Perez and Lewis Hamilton, so big name there, Hamilton out of the race. But what does that mean for the championship? It is what it is at the minute, and we are in P13. In the constructors, we're P9, so we're not bottom, which is quite nice. And Toro Rosso just had us there in 8th place, with Mercedes down, who are number 1 in the performance comparison, are 7th, which is quite a surprise. And Force India there in 2nd place with Williams 3rd. But Red Bull, as they did last season, continue on their way at the top of the board there. But I'm going to wrap that up, guys. on there. We're going to just check if we've hit the goal, and unfortunately we've not hit the challenge, guys, so unfortunately no upgrade for us this episode, but there may be one in the next one. But we can build those resource points up and go for a big one, or maybe multiples of maybe, well, which one which prefers there. A lot to think about. The car isn't good on the brakes. The fuel's an issue for me, especially there, right at the end there, just about making it on fuel. So lots to think about. Lots to think about in the next few days. But the series will be back on Wednesday for the next episode, guys, as tomorrow I've got another video lined up for you guys. On there, so make sure, guys, to slap a like on this and subscribe if you want more of this F1 2016 live career mode with little more GP. I will be back on Wednesday, guys. Yes, okay, I will. But for next time, guys, make sure to like the video. The more likes we got on this, the more I'll get this out as quickly as possible as well. And again, massive thanks to the modder for making this. It was insane that he made this, and it was our mate, I can't pronounce his name now. Our mate 00, and I will leave a link to the mod in the description, guys, at the end of the stream when I cut this off. So until next round, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you for race number 2 of season 4. But I'll be back tomorrow, guys, with a brand new video. Until then, it's goodbye for me for now, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care, guys, and see you later.